Good evening, everyone. Welcome back to Cask 529. I'm Bryan.
And I'm Shona.
And tonight I'm going to set up a little challenge for Shona. It's my turn. Okay, welcome back, everybody. Shona, are you ready for a little challenge? Would you like to know what the challenge is?
You know what? I would be more ready for a challenge if you did bad on the last one, but you got them all right. And so now I'm a little nervous.
Okay, so what she's referring to is a couple weeks ago, she set me up with a whiskey price challenge. She gave me 3 pours. She gave me a little bit of information as far as price points, not like this glass was this glass was that, but you know, you've got one, and I'll tell you that you've got one in the $45 to $55 range, and you've got one in the $75 to $85 range, and you've got one in the $180 to $190 range. Okay, just under 200. So,
are these the same ones I did on you?
They are not.
Okay.
They are not. They are not. I actually had to go back and look at the video to make sure.
Okay.
But that's what you've got. So the idea of this, guys, is if she wants to give us any tasting notes, that's fine. She's more than welcome to do that. All I'm really wanting her to do is what she did to me, and that is this glass is the cheapest bourbon of what you poured. This glass is next, and this glass is most expensive. So that's what we're doing. So that's your challenge, should you choose to accept it, which you really don't have a choice.
I think I just want to go chew Rex's bone with him. That way I don't. He's over there enjoying himself.
I'm not
nervous or anything.
I'm just having a little Baker 7 and watching the show.
All right, before I start this anxiety-driven competition thing that Bryan has laid out here, just a shout out to our newest patron, Wilmington Piper. Thank you so much. We really appreciate the support, and we thank all of our patrons for all the support they've been giving us. So thank you so much.
Absolutely, thank you. And I'd like to add, if you guys would hit that like button, hit the subscribe button if you haven't already done it, and drop us a comment. And thanks for being here. Let's see how Shona does on this thing. Now that face, I know it looks like she doesn't like it. That's actually a good thing when she makes that.
Yeah, it is good. It had a pleasant nose. Nice. I'm going to say that one's a finished one. It's really tangy, and on the end it's I don't know what the finish is. I almost think it's almost like that TX port one. It's probably not, but it reminds me of that port type finish. It's really good. So nervous, guys.
I'm just glad it's not me for once.
Get another nice nose. Nice rich flavors. A lot of vanilla. That one's really good too. Okay, so my problem with number 1 and number 2 already, they both had really nice noses, and they're both full of flavor. They're both nice, creamy, delicious pours that I would say they should probably be in the same price point, because they're both really good. So this is going to be hard.
It is, and it is. So far, is there a characteristic of either of them that you can say, oh, that's different, that doesn't belong?
Not yet.
Okay.
I mean,
I'm not saying there should have been. I'm just asking if there was something.
Like this one's, I feel like a finished one for sure. I mean, did you give me all, can you tell me that? Did you give me all bourbons or did you mix them
They're
up?
all bourbons.
They're all bourbons? Okay.
Mhm.
Rex is going to town tonight, geez.
And I don't know if you told me this when I did mine, but I'll give you a little more info. When you set me up, everything was a 10-year. These are all single barrels.
They're all single barrels?
Mhm.
That one, very thin.
Mhm.
It's a decent pour, but it's very thin. Not a whole lot of flavor profiles to it. I'm not saying it's bad. I'm just saying, to me, right now, that one has to be the cheapest if I'm basing it on flavors.
So, I mean, you're taking an approach kind of like I took. And I'm not saying that you're onto it or not, but that's what I did when I did this challenge. Was I was like, there's no way I can do this. So I knew one of them was a less expensive bottle, so I hit all three of them trying to find the one that I would guess was that way. She's thinking hard, guys.
I am.
This is, guys, you can do this one at home. Get some bottles out, have your significant other or a friend or buddy pour you a few samples, and it's tough. I mean, you would think it'd be simple, but
You would. You did such a great job with yours. And I think if I would have went first, I wouldn't be feeling so much pressure, but knowing you got all of yours right, it makes
you don't always have to be the best. I know you think you do. But if you lose one, it's okay.
Okay. Complete guess.
You ready already?
Yeah. I'm saying number 3 is the cheapest. The reason I'm saying number 3 is the cheapest pour. It is very thin. It has flavor to it. I'm not saying it's bad. I'm just saying it's not as complex as these two. So that's why I think it's the cheaper one.
So you're going to isolate that one right now and say, I've got that tab filled.
Yeah, this one's the cheapest one.
Okay.
I don't know how you want me to
That's
put them
fine.
here.
I've
There's
got them
cheap.
numbered, so you can leave it just,
Okay, 3 is cheap.
okay.
I'm going to say number 2 is the most expensive one.
Okay.
And I say that because it is really full of flavor, a lot of characteristics with it. It unfolds on your palate. To me, it's worth being. It's very close to number 1, but after going back, I'd say number 2 had a little bit more to it, and that's why I think it should probably be the most expensive. And then number 1 would be the second, the midline. Very good, very good. Like I said, it was really close to number 2, but number 2 is just a little bit richer, deeper flavors.
So you're saying number 2 is the most expensive,
Yes,
and then you come down a little bit to number 1,
correct,
a little less expensive, and then you're saying 3 is the least expensive.
correct.
Okay, well,
Come on. That wasn't even needed.
you didn't do as well as I did. You didn't get them all wrong. So that's a plus, right? Mm-hmm. Number 1. And honestly, there's such a difference between the most expensive and the next one down in proof points. I thought, man, she's going to nail that. Number 1 is Michter's 10-year.
Oh, so that is the same one
Okay,
that you did.
that bottle was the same.
Okay. You know what? That really doesn't shock me because I remember when we reviewed that, I didn't feel it was worth the money.
That's exactly right. So you had that as number one, or that is number one.
I had that
you said
as the
that was
second.
the second.
Yeah, I
Okay.
said that was the midline.
So the most expensive one,
That was the most expensive one.
the next one down. I'm sorry. The highest proof point, which is what I thought you would pick up on, is the Old Forester single barrel cask strength.
So that was number 2.
This was number 2.
So that is the one that I said was the most expensive.
Correct.
Okay.
So the Michter's 94.4 proof, $184.99. This Old Forester single barrel is 129.9 proof, $79.99.
Okay.
You did get the cheap one right. And that is good old Elmer T. Lee, $49.99, 90 proof.
Yep.
So,
And you can tell a huge difference. This is a good pour. But that makes sense that they weren't even close in the proof points because this one was really thin.
yeah, and I feel like my cheap one really jumped out like that.
Yeah. But honestly, this Old Forester single barrel, it is delicious.
Once you got this one, I figured you'd nail it because I thought there would be enough difference in the proof points.
To me, this one that I thought was the most expensive had so much more flavor to it, which makes sense because it's higher proof. So to me, I felt it was more expensive.
Yeah.
From day one when I had this one, Michter's 10, I said, it's not worth the money.
Yeah, no, when I got that bottle, I got that at the Union, Kentucky Kroger drop.
Yeah.
I don't know what that's been, 4 or 5 months ago now, maybe.
That's only been a few months, a couple months. But regardless, it's good. But I would pay more money for this one than that one.
We said right from the start, yeah, it's a good port. It's not a $180 or $190 port or bottle.
No, but
Definitely not.
they were very similar. I mean, I struggled with it.
Yeah.
However, the Old Forester single barrel is
So it's
delicious.
kind of tricky, wasn't it? Because the second most expensive or second least, however you want to say it, was actually the better pour.
Oh, definitely the better pour. Well, so I got an F, 33%. I'll give myself 33.333333%.
I aced mine.
Yeah, I know, you did. Good for you. Maybe you should blend some and try to win a blend competition.
Maybe I should have a fair blending judging right here at the bar.
You did. You judged them yourself.
There was nothing fair about that. Nothing fair. So, with that being said,
Are you proud of yourself?
no, because I'll pay for it. I will. She won't let this go. They've watched long enough to know how you work. All right, so like I said, guys, if you hit that like button, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already done it. Drop us a comment. Let us know what you thought of this. And until next time, be safe, everybody.
Thanks, everyone.